Good morning, everybody. It is your daily crypto news for Monday, October 16, 2023. My name is Matt, and you can reach Matt at matt@dailycryptonews.net. And if you are listening to this, please do me a favor, or if you're watching this on YouTube, which a lot of people don't know we have YouTube, it's fine. It's not really a good produced YouTube. I just put some screenshots up there, plus the podcast, and this is another place to listen to it. Wherever you are, what I'm trying to say, please do me a favor. Click those 5 stars, leave us a rating, leave us a comment, give people the confidence to click on this, give us a try to get their daily crypto news. And if you have done so previously, we appreciate you. Attorneys for SBF, they're requesting that Sam Bankman-Fried, obviously the founder, ex-owner, ex-CEO of FTX, is allowed access to his prescribed medication during his ongoing fraud trial. They said that he's unable to focus without it. That's because Sam Bankman-Fried has ADHD, or Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, and he needs to take Adderall throughout the day. However, since the beginning of this trial 2 weeks ago, he's only been given his prescription once a day, early in the morning, before he's transported to court, which, just to clarify, is not his prescribed dose. And I don't know what you think about Sam Bankman-Fried, what if you have good feelings, or actually, nor does anyone have good feelings about SBF. But there's something fundamentally wrong about the court system not allowing you or denying you your prescribed medications, no matter what the medication's for. And I think that this is a big issue. This is a more systemic issue. First of all, the judge, the court, they're not doctors. They have no business making medical decisions for you. So why are they only saying that you can get your prescribed medication in the morning, or they're denying your medication throughout the day? I don't care if it's ADHD. So what? That's fine. Where does that end? High blood pressure? You can deny that too. What about depression, dementia, diabetes, heart disease? So what is the line that you must cross that you can't deny prescribed medication? It's prescribed by a doctor, mental health doctor, physical health doctor. Regardless the kind of doctor, it's your prescribed medication. So this is honestly a very big systemic issue. Now, the reason why I am also saying this is because we've had people die in our jail here in Cuyahoga County because they did not get their prescribed medication at the time they need it or the time they're supposed to get it. And this has been cases of insulin, for example. People are diabetic, they go into jail, they're not given their insulin, and they die. They have actually died in jail because they've been denying their medication. And so, yeah, everybody can downplay this and say it's only ADHD, he can't focus, it's not life-threatening, but still, it's not their call. What do you think? matt@dailycryptonews.net. There was a kerfuffle over the weekend because MetaMask's was removed from the App Store, the Apple App Store. And boy, oh boy, did you see X light up. It light up like a Christmas tree. Everybody was calling conspiracy theory until MetaMask put out a statement. And they said that the app was removed to an internal operation error on our end, rather than action taken by Apple. And their tweet read, FYI, we are aware that MetaMask is currently unavailable for download on the App Store. This is not related to anything malicious, and our team is working hard to resolve the issue ASAP. But let me tell you, when they found out MetaMask was not available on the Apple App Store, the rumors started to fly. It seems as though the Ethereum blockchain validator queue has emptied for the first time since the Shanghai upgrade. And this could be a signal that investor demand for ETH staking is leveling off. And this is from a report from Coinbase that they published on Friday. With the validator entry at peak capacity in recent months, staking yields have dropped to around 3.5%, and that's from more than 5% previously. They also said in this report that with no major Ethereum protocol upgrades until Denkin, which is likely to occur in the first half of 2024, we will see no major technical drivers that would meaningfully impact on-chain activity, barring major new protocols or egregious hacks. And as we all know, the easiest way to stake your ETH is on Coinbase, but Coinbase is only offering around 2.86% APY, which if you want to talk about being competitive to banks right now, it's not. I mean, if you just go onto an online bank or even Chase, they're offering somewhere around 4.5%. You can see returns of up to or even over 5% in some places. And so it's not really the biggest reward. So if you have cash, you're not going to probably put it into ETH to get your interest. And if you're thinking that this could be a risk, to stake your ETH is a risk, is the 2.86%, which is lower than inflation, enough reward to take the risk of handing over your ETH to stake? I would say not, at least not on Coinbase. Well, then you have the calculation of, is it worth it somewhere else? For example, Lido Finance is offering around 3.56%, again, lower than inflation. Binance staking is about 3.63%, again, lower than inflation. And Rocket Pool is offering around 3.35%, again, lower than inflation. Now you're probably asking, well, then I'll just run my own Ethereum validator because I have 32 ETH. Well, you're only going to get around 3.91%, which is about inflation. So you're pretty much breaking even over the next year. Obviously, you want to store your wealth. You want to maintain your wealth. So this could be an option. But again, staking has risk. Why risk it on Ethereum? If you have cash, if you have dry powder, you can just put it into the bank. And by the way, around 3.9% APR is only around 1.05 ETH over a whole year, or about $1,500, $1,600. And now it's time for the article that pisses me off today. Actually, it's only one paragraph, but I read it again. And I don't know if I'm just being too sensitive about this, about the way that they're reporting this, but you let me know. Matt@dailycryptonews.net. The widely tracked crypto market indicator GBTC discount narrowed to its lowest in 22 months on Friday. That's good, signaling increased optimism that Grayscale will be able to convert its closed-ended Bitcoin trust into an open-ended spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, or ETF. The reason why that pisses me off a little bit is that it implies that we are going to get a spot Bitcoin ETF. Increased optimism, I know it says optimism, increased optimism, which is not a for sure thing if you're reading closely, but it also says convert closed-ended to open-ended spot Bitcoin ETF. And I feel that it's a little misleading. Am I being too sensitive? Let me know. Matt@dailycryptonews.net. But there might be some reason behind this sentiment or this paragraph that I read. And so that's because that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC, decided not to appeal against the DC Circuit Court of Appeals' August verdict to set aside the regulator's decision to reject Grayscale's attempts to convert its trust into an ETF. The SEC had until Friday midnight to challenge that decision, but it looks like they did not challenge. They just let it go. So that brought Grayscale's Bitcoin trust to trade at a 15.87% discount, which is significantly better than what we were saying about in December of last year when it was around 50% discount. Do you have some Bitcoin burning a hole in your Ledger wallet? Well, if you do, then Ferrari, the car company, the sports car company to be exact, they're allowing American citizens to buy their Ferraris with Bitcoin, Ethereum, or USDC. The car maker is partnering with crypto payment processor BitPay to handle the conversion from digital assets to fiat on behalf of Ferrari dealers. The company reported that around 17.5% of its shipments went to the Americas, with around 869 vehicles delivered to the Americas. By the way, Ferrari's most recent vehicle, the 812 GTS, is only costing around 15 Bitcoin. What's actually kind of funny about this is like when you see a headline, or at least when I do, you can now buy Ferrari with Bitcoin. You get kind of excited like, oh yeah, now I can buy a Ferrari with Bitcoin, until you realize you don't have 15 Bitcoin, and actually 15 Bitcoin's around $430,000, and there's no way you're, you know what I'm saying? It's like you almost get tricked into it like, oh, it's acceptable to me, but it really isn't. Anyway, now let's get into those crypto prices.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
And the time is 9:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fear greed's at 41 neutral. Bitcoin sitting at $27,812, up 3.6% in 24, or 1.1% in 7. Ethereum's at $1,584, up 1.9% in 24, down 0.4% in 7. Tether's number 3, Binance, is up 2.8%, up to $212, up 3% in 7, and that's because Binance burns around $450 million worth of BNB, which is around 2.1 million BNB tokens. If you guys don't know, BNB uses an auto burn system to reduce its total supply to 100 million BNB. The auto burn mechanism adjusts the amount of BNB to be burned based on BNB's price and the number of blocks generated on the BNB smart chain during the quarter, just to let you know. Continuing, XRP is at number 5 at 49.5 cents, up 1.6% in 24, or down 0.8% in 7. Running off the top 10, we have USDC, Solana, Cardano, Doge, and Tron. The total market cap is up to 1.08 trillion, a Bitcoin dominance of 50.3 and an ETH dominance of 17.7. And that was our show today. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, happy hodling, everyone.